What? Back here in the THE Broadcast Center as we wrap up the Allstate Insurance pregame show brought to you by Gallatin Allstate Insurance agent Larry Maynard. We are set for kickoff. Mount Juliet wearing gray jerseys tonight with black numerals and gold outlines with gold pants and black helmets. Gallatin, the road white jerseys with the gold pants, green and white stripes, of course, green numbers and letters, and the familiar gold helmets. Mount Juliet will kick off from our left to right or north to south here. And for those of you that have been to Mount Juliet before, Mount Juliet kicking off from the scoreboard end towards the concession stand end of the stadium here tonight. It will be Tyler Johnson, the senior, 5'10", 170 pounds, to tee it up and boot it away for Mount Juliet to get this thing off and rolling here tonight. Back deep, Malachi McDowell and Spencer Briggs to return for Gallatin. Let's see what Johnson decides to do. Will they get a chance to return? He had some kicks returned last week, so we'll see. He is set. Here is the approach. Foot meets football. We're underway. High and deep, and Briggs 2 yards into the end zone. Gallatin goes to work. 1st and 10 from their own 20, 80 yards away from the end zone to start this contest here tonight. And Stephen, obviously this is a big first possession. I mentioned earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if we come out and see Gallatin do something with the other than Spencer Briggs, I should say, here tonight. And by the way, that is William Goodnight that is on the crutches on the other side of the field. Chris Murphy gets the start at right tackle tonight for Gallatin. So Murphy in at right tackle, played well last week. And Gallatin will go twins right. Single receiver near side left. Shotgun. Briggs to the left of Briscoe. Motion man is Yarbrough. Give it Briggs. Spencer looking for some running room. Not a lot there. He is wrapped up and taken down after maybe a gain of 2. We'll check and see exactly where they spot him. It looks like it's a gain of 1, 1.5, depending on the yard marker. It looks like it's more than a yard from the yard marker, but the PA announcer says yard. Let's go with 2. 2nd down and 8. Here's Jaden Williams coming wide left. Twin receivers to the right. They are Springer and Yarbrough. Shotgun. Briggs to the right of Briscoe as Yarbrough comes in motion right to left. Fake it Briggs. Dropping is Briscoe. Looking, pumping. Lots of green grass, but they'll catch him from behind and pull him down. He had a hole back to the left side that was big enough to have driven a truck through. Yeah. He couldn't get to it, caught from behind.
Big hole. Briscoe rolled right. A couple of receivers. Great coverage by the Mount Juliet secondary. Isaiah didn't recognize the big hole he had if he would have just cut it straight up the middle of the field. Great job by the Mount Juliet Bears defense here early to put Gallatin at 3rd and long.
Noah Clayton, by the way, with the tackle. Here's Gallatin, twins left, single right, shotgun again to Briscoe. Now Briggs motions out into the flat. Fakes, fires upfield, should have been intercepted. It was intended Jaden Williams. It went into and out of the hands of Zach Pertuset, and I hope I'm saying that correctly. Pertuset, perhaps, is the pronunciation. And Briscoe did not see the linebacker dropping there, and it hit him in the hands. And fortunately for Gallatin, he drops it. Pertuset, that is correct.
Big break there for Gallatin's offense. What page is this guy on?
He's on the first page. He's like number 13.
There he
Here
is,
is Trace Kelly in to punt it away. Back deep for Mount Juliet is Devin Palmer, the senior cornerback, running back, standing at the Mount Juliet 40. Kelly at his own 10 to boot it away. Snap back, pressure coming off the edge. Trace gets it high. It is an ugly end-over-end kick that will hit and take a Mount Juliet bounce, and I think perhaps it might have been partially blocked. They got a hand on it, just enough to slow it up, and it bounds dead at the Gallatin 39-yard line. So Mount Juliet makes the first break of the night and have great opening field position at the Gallatin 39 to start their first drive. Michael Brinkley in at nose for Goodnight tonight here for Gallatin. And let's see what Mount Juliet does. It will be Bryce Messenger at quarterback. And the running back tonight is Conlon Baggett. Baggett to the right of Messenger in the gun. Messenger takes the snap, rolls right, pressured, fires back across the field, pass complete, and taken down immediately. Malachi McDowell there to bring down Malik Bowen after the completion, and it's a gain of a yard.
Great open field tackle by Malachi McDowell. That play goes for big yardage. Downfield blocking was excellent for Mount Juliet on that play. So big break there for the Gallatin defense and great individual play by Malachi McDowell.
That's not a real surprise, though. This has been a very good tackling Gallatin football team this season. Here is Messenger with Baggett to his right, twin receivers to the right. Handoff is to Baggett into the middle, breaks one tackle, runs into Morgan Smith, lowers the shoulder, and Baggett drives forward inside the 35, down near the 33. That will leave Mount Juliet about 2 yards shy, it appears, of their first down to gain here.
Yeah, Conlon Baggett's 5'11", 175-pound junior, wearing number 2. So we've got a couple changes here. And did they not do this last year? There was a team that we played last year.
Nope.
That completely, what was
they ran the wing tee, and more wing tee.
Who was it last year? There was
Bowen splits wide to the right. They'll send a slot receiver inside of him right. Baggett to the left of Messenger in the shotgun. Gallatin showing blitz. Handoff is to Baggett. He didn't get to the first down marker. The wave there. Mount Juliet saying he got it. I don't think so. It would take a much better spot than what it looked like he got. And he is not close. The football still on the outside the 30-yard line. Mount Juliet needs to get to the 29 for the first down. And here is fourth down, and they are going. Fourth, and the scoreboard says a yard. It's more like 2.
Better watch the snap count here, but I do still think they'll go for it either way.
Messenger, shotgun, give Baggett, hit in the backfield, and they stuffed.
They brought
They poured through. James Mason led the effort. There were 5 white shirts in the backfield on the ball carrier, back at the 36, and they drop him.
Big momentum swing there for Gallatin to take possession of this ball. Stuffing Mount Juliet on fourth down. We'll see if they do that again later down the road.
Huge play right there, and that was almost a jailbreak right there. 5 white jerseys led by Mason in the backfield on the ball carrier. He barely got the handoff before he was swarmed.
They could have thrown it across the middle for green pastures on that one because Gallatin brought the house.
Shotgun for Briscoe. Twins left, single receiver right. Harville in at the blocking back, and they give to Briggs. Spencer breaks one tackle and then is taken down as he crosses the 35. They actually marked the play dead on the fourth down attempt right about the 34, so he carries out to the 37. It's a 4-yard gain on first down, almost 5 actually.
That's all you need.
The scoreboard says it's a 3-yard gain, but if you look at the down markers, it's close to 5. I'm going to go with the down marker. So second down and, well, the scoreboard now has changed to 6. That may be accurate. Shotgun again. Motion man coming is Yarborough. Give it Solomon on the jet. Looking to turn up field. Face mask. That's going to get you 15 and a first down. He is taken down at the 35, but the penalty markers come in, and Gallatin will be the beneficiary of that face mask penalty.
Yeah, Ashton Hurley came down. Great defensive coverage there by Mount Juliet to protect the edge. He just kept running out, never really got forward, made any forward progress. However, the face mask is going to bail Gallatin out on that play.
And it will be the initial first down of the night. It is a F&M Bank first down. And the mark-off into Mount Juliet territory to the Golden Bear 49-yard line. 7:27 left, opening quarter, no score here from Mount Juliet. Gallatin the football. Send Twins to the wide side right as the football on the near hash. Jaden Williams, the receiver to the short side. Shotgun Briscoe, give Briggs. Spencer tripped, spins away. Helmet comes off across the way of Luke Springer. And he will have to exit the ball game as Briggs carries forward to the 46. That's a 3-yard gain on first down. Here comes second down and 7 for Gallatin on offense.
Yeah, tackled by senior Sage Bronner, number 18 for Mount Juliet on the defensive end side.
He's a good-looking, physical-looking
kid. I saw him when
kid.
he ran out. I was like, I didn't see him on the starting roster. He must have done some things in practice this week.
Send Twins to the right, single receiver left, football on the still on the near left hash. Shotgun again, Briscoe. Mount Juliet showing pressure and penalty markers or whistles. I don't see a marker. Well, they call delay of game on Gallatin. Yeah, the clock is gone, but I didn't see a marker come down. The whistle stopped the play, but I don't think anybody bothered to throw the flag.
The whistle and called the penalty.
So the mark-off moves the football back to the Gallatin 49. Here comes a second down and 12 for Gallatin. Shotgun again, Briggs, or Briscoe rather. Dropping and rolling right, looking, pumping, firing upfield, complete. Solomon Yarborough has it inside the 40, down to the Mount Juliet 36-yard line. Isaiah Briscoe to Solomon Yarborough for the F&M Bank first down, Gallatin.
I watched the trenches on that one. Great job up front by the Gallatin offensive line doing their job, giving Isaiah Briscoe time. That's going to be very important tonight. You get in those long yardage situations to move the chains.
That was a 15-yard completion. Football on the right hash. Twin receivers short side right. Williams comes left. Briscoe shotgun again. Briggs to his right. Kemp is in as the lead blocking back. Give Briggs nothing there. Spencer taken down immediately. Right at the line of scrimmage. Mount Juliet keying on Briggs tonight. It's going to be tough for Spencer, but there's going to be some other things I think available, like the pass play we saw a moment ago.
Oh, most certainly. They're going to key on Briggs all night. Briggs is going to have to be patient, get the yards he can, and then some other guys are going to certainly have to step up to keep the ball going in the direction that Gallatin needs it to go, which is forward for first downs and inevitably touchdowns.
Twins right, single receiver left. Briscoe shotgun again. A.J. Branham in as the lead back. Fake to Briggs. Briscoe keeps, tucks it up inside. Penalty markers come down. Briscoe stacked up at the 34 and taken backwards. But let's see what that yellow hanky says.
On the penalty real quick. That fake to Briggs, about half the Mount Juliet Bears football defense keyed on Briggs. However, we'll wait to see.
It's a hold on Gallatin and a big mark-off coming. So the wave going backwards. The football now at the Gallatin 45, and it's second down and 19. If my math is correct, they need to get to the 26-yard line.
Got to protect up front. They choose to throw the ball here.
Twins to the wide side left. Single receiver is Springer to the right. Briscoe shotgun again, sends Briggs out into the flat. And Briscoe on a quarterback keeper right up the middle down to the 39-yard line. He'll get 6 of that 19 back and set up third down and 13 here for Gallatin with the football at the Mount Juliet 39-yard line.
Just trying to get a little bit closer where they can set up something here to try to keep the momentum going.
I think that is a play that is something that they've seen that we might see something else off of later on tonight. Here comes third down and 14, says the scoreboard. Twin receivers each side. Briggs in the backfield next to Briscoe. Briscoe drops, looks, good protection. Now it breaks down. He rolls to his right, looking, firing up field for Jaden Williams. He's got him. No, they say incomplete.
He bobbled it. If he caught it, he bobbled it.
He was at the 10-yard line behind the defender and could not pull it in. And so Gallatin will send out Trace Kelly. Now, is this field goal or is this punt? Looks like punt.
Punt. He's pretty far back.
Well, it would be 39, 49. That would be 56 yards if he tried it. He will punt the football away.
Great effort by Jaden Williams, wide receiver, trying to make that catch. Just ran out of real estate.
And a great effort by Briscoe rolling to his left.
Him.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
to throw it downfield about 30 yards on the dot. Snap back. No pressure. Kelly hits it high and short. That thing will hit.
Right on the 20.
Right on the 20-yard line. No, right on the 25. Is that? Well, let's see.
No, he's standing at the 20.
21-yard line. So Mount Juliet goes back on offense, second time tonight, 1st and 10 at their own 21. They got the ball on their opening possession at the Gallatin 39, went for it on 4th down, and Gallatin stuffed them. And that's where we stand with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left here in quarter number 1 of a scoreless contest, Mount Juliet and Gallatin, in what has been a very fast first quarter here tonight.
It has flown by, certainly. And, Gallatin penalties were the killer on that drive. However, they've got Mount Juliet pinned at the, they said 21, with the ball's
back now at the inside the 20. Not at the 19. Well, it's actually at the 19 because it's not touching the 20 if you're doing stats, but we'll call it the 20.
We'll call it the 20. Make it a little easier here.
Even though the scoreboard says the ball at the 31-yard line. Now it's, they're a little behind on the scoreboard operation here tonight.
Okay, guys. William Goodnight, MCL. 84 degrees at kickoff. Very, very humid down here.
It's very, very humid up here, too. Now, any idea how long that MCL is going to keep William out?
He said he would be back.
High snap, bag it, pull or check that. That is Messenger, and he has to go down.
Smartly.
Yes, because he was looking dead eye to eye with A.J. Branham, who was coming after him at the 15, and Messenger slides down for a loss of 5.
That actually, we got 8 and 9 out there. That was James Mason. Either way, I wouldn't want to be stared down by either one of those two players.
But the misfortune or the malfunction of the play was the high snap that threw off the timing and forced Messenger then to have to try to improvise.
Messenger dropped to the ground quickly, smartly by Messenger.
Twins left, shotgun again Messenger with Baggett to his left. Long count, fakes the handoff, pressure, fires upfield, incomplete, and he got decked, Messenger that is, by A.J. Branham right as he let it go.
So late in the first quarter, Gallatin defense got Mount Juliet pinned 3rd and 15. They're trying to send a message to Mount Juliet tonight.
Well, Mount Juliet's defense has been pretty good in its own right, but so far Gallatin not yielding a first down, and now this 3rd down and 15. A big play for the Wave defense.
All eyes on Bowen.
Ravion Williams is checked in a defensive line spot. Mason showing blitz up in the hole. They hand off to the back, and he is taken down. Great defensive play. Morgan Smith, the linebacker, stayed at home, smelled it out, and tackled the running back after a gain of a yard. Here is 4th down, and Mount Juliet will punt.
Yep, here they come, coming out there quick. Good job.
Mount Juliet's going to try this hurry-up punt formation.
Gallatin did a good job of recovering there.
Snap back, the punt is away. Whistle stopping the play, and he boomed that thing all the way back to the Gallatin 35. Timeout, Gallatin.
Good job defending the edge by the Gallatin defense. Running back from Mount Juliet, not able to cut it outside.
You know, Bobby, you and I have been doing this for a long time. I know trick plays are part of football, but in a scoreless game this early in the ball game, that shows me that Trey Perry and this Mount Juliet staff have a little bit of fear and perhaps respect for Gallatin and what they're capable of, that they would try to pull something here backed up in their own end early in the first quarter.
Oh, I agree with you, and Gallatin wisely called timeout, so I doubt if we'll see that again. Briggs is going to go back for the punt. This kid can boom it now. I watched him in warm-ups. He was having tremendous hang time.
Briggs will stand at his own 35-yard line.
Be interesting to see if Gallatin's just going to play coverage or try to put a little bit of pressure here on the punt.
Bobby, what is the number on that punter? I can't pick him up from up here with those jerseys.
Well, right now he's in the midst of 10 other players. So just a second and I'll tell you. It looks like 26.
26. That would be Tyler Johnson, who also kicked off tonight. So Johnson to punt, Briggs to return, standing at the Gallatin 35, and I doubt we see Mount Juliet with anything here other than a punt.
And Gallatin's playing coverage.
Snap is back, pressure coming, but he gets it away. It is not a very good kick. He shanked it, and it is out of bounds, short of the 45 on the Mount Juliet side of things. And let's see where the official actually stops for, coming forward, 39.
39-yard line. Great.
So the punt actually covers 25 yards.
No, they've moved the ball up.
Okay, they've moved it back to the 46.
Shanked it. Must have been watching Connie Cothran play golf.
That football went out of bounds right in front of us. It didn't cross the 45, folks.
Nope.
But it's marked out at the 46. Still,
one guy had it marked one place.
well, it's Gallatin football in Mount Juliet territory. Football on the near left hash. Twins right, single receiver left, shotgun Briscoe. Briggs to his right, give Spencer. Not much there. He's taken down as he crosses the 45 near the 44-yard line. So officially it's a 2-yard gain. And here comes your second down and 8.
Yep, stopped by senior linebacker number 8, Ashton Hurley for the Mount Juliet Bears defensive group.
One thing's for sure, Spencer's not finding the sledding easy tonight in the middle. Twins right, single receiver again left, the lead blocker left, or right rather. Now Briggs motions out into the flat. They'll fire it out to him on a little swing pass. Cuts inside, makes one man miss, down to the Mount Juliet 39-yard line. It's a nice gain of 5 on, well, actually they'll mark it right at the 40 and say 4 yards. So here comes third down and 4 for Gallatin.
Yeah, yardage on both sides are at a premium right now here early in the
Yeah, these two teams brought their A game defensively, at least through the first quarter, that has 1 minute and 6 seconds and clock ticking here in the first.
Certainly got to play mistake-free football, and hopefully Hanky Fest won't come out this week like it did last week.
Twins left, single receiver right. Shotgun again on this 3rd and 4. Fake it. Briscoe on the keep, and they smelled it, and they wrap him up, and they will throw him backwards.
Gallatin's offense went to that play earlier, and half the defense for Mount Juliet bid on it. And Briscoe was successful in gaining some positive yards. This time, they snipped it out pretty quickly, and for a loss.
So that will force Gallatin to punt as Justin Egwatua, the defensive end, with the tackle that time. And here is Trace Kelly standing at his own 47 to punt it away to Bowen, who stands at the Mount Juliet 10. Snap is back. No pressure. Kelly booms it high, and that will hit and go into the end zone. And out to the 20 with 17 seconds left in quarter number 1. Mount Juliet will have the football for the 3rd time. No score here at Mount Juliet, and this is a great crowd, folks. Look down in the end zone at the crowd around the concession stand, people standing around the rails, the bleachers across the way full of Gallatin folks. And, yeah, it looks like the home side is pretty much the same.
Beautiful facility here, and if you look out, of course, we have the benefit of looking at the moon over the horizon over there.
Here comes Mount Juliet. They will send 2 receivers to the right in a stack formation. Gallatin has 2 there to cover. Shotgun, give Baggett, hit in the backfield, taken down, James Mason.
James Mason came in like a rocket. And a couple of the Mount Juliet Bears looked a little shaken up on that play.
I think the offensive line was shaken up because they had no idea and didn't lay a glove on Mason, who was untouched, and that will do it. We've played a quarter here at Mount Juliet. No score as we head to the second on the WHIN Radio Network.
My buddy's son.
Here is Mount Juliet to start the second quarter, looking at a second 11. Malik Bowen at quarterback, folks. Here we go. He's in the shotgun. Keeps it, trying to get to the edge. Bowen being chased. Bowen surrounded. Bowen swarmed. Dropped. James Mason led the effort. A.J. Branham and Tay Staten were there to finish him off back at the 15-yard line for another loss. This one a 4, and Mount Juliet tries to pull something, and the Wave defense sniffed it out and stuffed it.
Yeah, Mount Juliet mixing it up here offensively. And Branham, Mason, and a host of Green Wave didn't let him get anywhere. Lost a yard. Good job by the defensive linebacking core for Gallatin.
Bowen in at quarterback yet again. Looking at this, the football at the 15. They have to get to the 30, so it's
lost 5 yards.
Yeah, snap back, fake. Bowen will keep. Bowen will have maybe a yard, and that is it. The middle of that line stuffs him. Zion Robb getting up off the top of the pile there, took him down after a yard gain, and Mount Juliet forced one more time to punt. And here they go with this hustle punt.
Here.
Yeah, the Gallatin playing punt safe, and they will send back Briggs from the sideline. Luke Springer checks out. Gallatin playing with their defense up against this Mount Juliet punt formation. He'll hit it. It will bounce at the 49 and roll into Gallatin territory, and Briggs gets away. It's touched dead at the 42, where Gallatin goes back to work. 10 minutes, 50 seconds left here in quarter number 2. Scoreless first half. Gallatin and Mount Juliet in a defensive struggle here at Mount Juliet tonight.
If you like defense, this is the place to be.
Dale, has Mount Juliet had their first down of the night yet?
They have not had their first down, and they are also in negative yardage.
Coach Watson and the defensive staff will take that any day of the week.
All day long.
Yeah, the field position has been in Gallatin's favor other than the opening kickoff that Gallatin started at their own 20 and then gave it away at the 39 on the punt.
That's key in these tight games, that and then minimize penalties and play well on special teams.
Trips right, single receiver left, shotgun, fake Briggs. Briscoe keeps, cuts upfield. Briscoe to the midfield stripe. That's an 8-yard gain on first down. Isaiah Briscoe using his legs, and the Wave offense again finding the ability and some space to move the football. They just have not been able to string it together enough plays, Stephen, to get to a scoring drive.
Yeah, they need to great block by left tackle next to Wiki. Big yardage there. That's one of the bigger runs tonight, and it's a 7-yard gain.
Twins each way. Shotgun again, Briscoe. Briggs to his right. Give Spencer. Not a lot there. Swarmed and stuffed and taken backwards. They are hitting Briggs with everything they got when he touches the football. He's not going to beat them. At least that's the game plan I see from Mount Juliet. Somebody else will have to do it.
That's certainly the idea for the Mount Juliet defense, is to hone in on Spencer Briggs and not let him have a big night.
Here's your 3rd down and 3. The football at the midfield stripe. Twins left, single receiver Springer to the right. Shotgun again, Briscoe. Briggs beside him. Here comes an option look. Briscoe keeps and has the F&M Bank first down to the 41 in Mount Juliet territory. They gave the option look there.
Yeah, Greg, that's not something we've seen much this year, if any. Briggs thought about pitching it, and Briscoe thought about pitching it to Briggs, but Briggs was about 6 yards behind Briscoe, which is a little too far to try to pitch the ball in that situation.
That's something Mount Juliet hasn't seen,
no,
though.
well, that's something that we haven't seen.
Well, that's
either.
true,
So,
too. I think that was probably no pitch all the way. It was all Briscoe, all fake.
He sold it, that's for sure.
Trips left, single receiver right. Briscoe shotgun. Rolls, looks, pressured. Flags come down. Briscoe makes one man miss and then is taken down. But that is a big negative play coming for Gallatin.
That is a big negative play. I'll tell you, right guard Chris Murphy downfield threw a big-time block.
Bobby, any injury updates for quarter number one?
No, sir. No aches, no pains, no strains, and the training table was empty. And Gallatin has had 2 holding penalties, and that hasn't been their forte this year.
No, it is not.
Not at all. Gallatin's been very disciplined so far this season, and in a game that's this tight, again, I can't stress enough how important it is to minimize penalties.
And that was your Massage the 615 injury report for the first quarter. Gallatin, twins right, single receiver left, back at their own 40, 1st and 27. Briggs to the flat. They're setting up
Pressure.
the screen, and it's too high. Ooh. Briscoe giving ground. It was there. He just could not see to make the connection because the pressure that was dead in his face on the play. It was well designed, just could not make the connection to Yarborough, who was the screen man coming across.
Very fortunate. There were Mount Juliet Bears in the secondary flying around everywhere, and the ball kind of floated in the middle of the field. So
if you hit that, though, that turns into a big gain.
Yeah, it gives you a big gain and a chance to keep moving the chains here.
Twins left, single receiver right, football almost in the middle of the field. Briscoe shotgun. Briggs to his right, snap back, gives Spencer. Decked.
Yeah, Mount Juliet showed pressure from the get-go on the edges as well as the A and the B gap, and Briggs is showing a little frustration out there. He's going to have to keep his head up and continue doing what he does.
Murphy out, Zion Robb in at right tackle now on this 3rd down and 27 play for Gallatin.
And if you don't get the first down, you at least want to try to get some field position here where we can get a good punt and try to pin Mount Juliet back.
Twins left, single receiver right, shotgun again for Briggs. For Briscoe rather, handoff Briggs. Tries to bounce left, is hit twice. He was down, got hit a second time, and he didn't like that. I don't think the coaching staff really liked it too much either, but it
wasn't clean. Wasn't clean, but there's no penalty, so they
no
move
penalty,
on.
yeah, and it's 4th down.
A good time for Trace Kelly to have another one of those bombs toward the concession stand, flip this field. Mount Juliet looking at trying to get some really good field position here.
Devin Palmer back to return. Kelly will hit it about his own 30. Palmer at his 30. Snap back, pressure coming. He got it away. And Palmer will make the catch, and there's a block in the back. Let him run, boys.
Let him run.
He's got the corner. He may go.
Yeah, I'm not sure what.
It's all coming back. There was a block in the back at the 30-yard line that's going to erase every bit of it. Palmer carries it all the way down to the 24 in Gallatin territory before he's finally taken down by Tay Staten. It's not going to matter because there was a man downfield that had him lined up and absolutely got drilled right in between the numbers.
And the funniest thing I saw was one of the players for Mount Juliet, number 17, Jamari Sowell. He didn't block anybody, raised his hands like he was like it was going to be a touchdown, and ran off to the sidelines. And the coaching staff of Mount Juliet was not very happy about that or the penalty.
Yeah, but you could tell, you could see that penalty from a mile away.
Yeah,
that the downfield man that had a shot at the returner got absolutely destroyed from behind.
Yeah.
So that mark-off will go back from the 29 back to the 19. So even though it wasn't the best of punts, the result will put Mount Juliet inside their own 20 after the penalty here.
Certainly, and that's where Gallatin wants to keep them back.
Well, you know what they say, if you can see both numbers, don't block.
That's it. Shotgun as Bowen is not your quarterback. I can't tell who it is. He's pressured, fires upfield. Oh, it's batted down. Mason got got a hand on the pass intended for Bowen, and the quarterback that threw it was Swanner. Nope, check it. Messenger, 12, not 14.
Mason having half another step, it'd be 6. Good job by Mason to get a hand on that to disrupt that pass.
So here is 2nd down and 10 for Mount Juliet with Bryce Messenger at quarterback. Bowen will split wide to the left, single covered out here by McDowell. They'll send twins to the right, Staten and Springer with them. Messenger in the gun. Hand off to the tailback. Breaks one tackle, cannot break the second. That is James Mason at the 25 to bring him down after a gain of 6. Here's a 3rd down and 4 for Mount Juliet, and that looked like it was a big gainer, and Mason able to track it down with speed.
Yeah, James Mason showing the speed sideline to sideline. He's all over the field defensively for Gallatin. Good job, James.
Bobby, what a difference Mason has made defensively in the middle of this thing this year.
Whew. Oh, he's a wrecker. I was just talking with Billy Nolan and Don Porter, my halftime guest. They said, boy, he is awesome.
Handoff to the running back. Nothing doing. Morgan Smith blew it up in the backfield. He hit him first, and then Mason there to clean it up, as the man on the carry that time was Jamari Sowell, and he is taken down for no gain, and Mount Juliet will have to punt, and here comes the speed punt deal again.
The speed punt formation. Briggs off, or Luke Springer off, Briggs in.
Snap back, pressure up the middle. He hits it high. It's a spiral that Briggs signals fair catch and makes it the 35-yard line.
Smart play.
Yes, where Gallatin will go back to work on offense. 1st and 10, still no score. 5 minutes, 23 seconds remaining here in the first half of a defensive battle that Gallatin is pitching shutouts on the scoreboard and in the first down category. Mount Juliet has been unable to gain 10 yards in one offensive possession.
And Mount Juliet offensively is throwing a lot of different looks, running a lot of different sets, a lot of different personnel. So great job so far by the Gallatin defense to notice these things and be able to take advantage of it.
Here comes the I set. Give Briggs. Spencer needs a block. Spencer into the secondary and has 11. His biggest gain of the night, and an F&M Bank first down. Gallatin goes power, and they blow a hole off the left side for Briggs.
And Mount Juliet stacked the box.
Here they go again with tempo.
Tempo.
And Mount Juliet has to call timeout.
Yeah, so on that play there, Mount Juliet stacked the box as they've kind of done all night, trying to keep Spencer Briggs in back.
We're back after this on the WHIN network. Good.
I'm tired, man. I've been training all week. I'm exhausted. I need some Red Bull. Take it, I need a Red Bull.
On first down, handoff Briggs out of the power. He's out to the midfield stripe. Great run there for 4 more yards. And now Gallatin has Mount Juliet off balance, and their offensive line starting to take control up front.
Got them on their heels.
Murphy, by the way, back in at right tackle for Gallatin. Kemp is in at a tight end. Branham, the blocking back. Mason, the fullback. James going to get a carry here in a minute, folks. They toss it left, coming Briggs.
Block it.
Gets the block. Spencer, look out! Sideline, foot race. See you later. Spencer Briggs, 50 yards to the end zone for the Gallatin touchdown. And the wave break on top.
Spencer Briggs has been doing that all year. You know, he hasn't. This is the slowest start he's had, but he seems to get faster as the game progresses. Big deal here was James Mason came out offensively, which I mentioned before the show started. And James Mason threw a block on 2 guys and made a huge hole for Spencer Briggs to run down the sidelines for 6.
Here's Gallatin with the swinging gate formation. Mount Juliet lines up with it, and now Gallatin back to their normal field goal set with Ryan Phillips to snap, Luke Springer to hold, and Trace Kelly, the left footer, to attempt the point after. Snap back, hold down, kick is up, and good. 4 minutes, 29 seconds left here in the first half. Your new score, Gallatin breaks on top 7-0 over Mount Juliet here on the WHIN Radio Network. Dale, get your mic. Trace Kelly with the low kickoff, fielded by an up back at the 15, comes 20, out to the 25, still on his feet, battling, running hard is Deffendahl across the 30, out to the 32. Matt Deffendahl on the return that time. That 51-yard Culver's Restaurant touchdown run by Spencer Briggs. And Dale, what's his total so far?
12 carries, 80 yards after that 51-yard touchdown run.
And, of course, the one touchdown is 10th of the season.
And Greg, Michael Brinkley on the training table, ice on the knee.
Ooh, not good. Gallatin cannot afford to lose people in the trenches. They're big bodies. Here is the shotgun snap. Pressure, rolling, firing upfield, complete Deffendahl, and he is drilled, knocked out of bounds by Mason on the Mount Juliet sideline. Mason put a shot on him right about the 37-yard front for Gallatin with Brinkley out. Here's that is Messenger. Handoff to the running back. Breaking tackles, carrying out across the 40 to the 42, and now Mount Juliet has found a little something as that carry from Mount Juliet by
Conlon Baggett.
Yep.
Well, we've got Goodall over here with the MCL. Brinkley's out, at least temporarily, so we're missing 2 big wheels off our wagon.
Yeah, especially up front in that defensive line. 1st and 10, 3:48 left here in the first half. Mount Juliet the football at their own 47. Snap back, handoff, Baggett looking for the edge. Branham missed a tackle, Baggett into the secondary, caught from behind and brought down by Solomon Yarborough.
Yeah, Branham looked a little ginger on that play, a little slower than normal.
He's into Gallatin territory, rather. Down at the Gallatin 41, and so Mount Juliet with their first 2 first downs of the night, trying to mount a drive to answer the Gallatin score a moment ago. The Wave defense needs to come up with the play. Shotgun again. Handoff, Baggett, Mason's got him. Tripped him up, he fell forward to the 40 for a gain of a yard. James Mason, you need a play. Mason comes up and makes a stop, setting up 2nd down and 9.
Mason took a step forward, backed out of the hole, came around, made that tackle. Great effort by James Mason there, showing his speed from sideline to sideline.
Clock running with 2:54 left to play here in the first half. 7-0 Gallatin. Mount Juliet the football at the Wave 40, trying to answer, and the Gallatin defense could use a turnover. Twins right, single receiver left. Shotgun, fake the handoff, rolling to the left, looking, firing deep, and Bowen is there, and he overshot him. Bowen had a step, he beat McDowell. It would comes third down.
Bowen ran it 10 yards, turned around, pump fake by the quarterback, and then he had Malachi McDowell by a good 4 or 5 yards. Just a poor throw there by the quarterback.
It's a great throw.
It didn't.
Yeah,
It was too far.
Taken out a defensive lineman and gone with the nickel defense.
Yeah, get a little bit more speed on the field. I got a feeling we might see James Mason here doing his thing right into the middle of this. Here comes Mount Juliet. Send trips left, single receiver right.
Yeah, they're trying to spread the field out here.
Dropping. Mason in coverage. Pump fake. Fires! Ooh! Almost intercepted by Springer. It was intended for South, and Springer was there, and it's fourth down. And Mount Juliet now with the decision, do they punt or they're going for a field goal?
Springer lost his footing there. That would have been an interception.
This will be, he will put the tee down at the 57 yards. For Johnson.
Keep their eyes on the front here.
They've got one man split wide. Now they will motion a second man out into the flat here. They're going to run a play.
Yep.
Nope, they're going to punt.
Pooch punt.
He hits it high and short, and it will take a bounce and roll dead about the 9-yard line in Gallatin territory.
I just knew something was up.
The 57 yards for a high school kicker in Tennessee, not named James Wilhoit or Jeff Hall.
We would have known about that.
Yes, absolutely. So Gallatin with 2:12 left have the football back. First and 10 at their own 12, leading 7-0. Mount Juliet guys will get the football to start the second half, but Gallatin now in this final 2:12, you bust another play and take a 2-score lead right here could be huge.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think you do anything too exotic here deep in your own territory, but if you can bust one and start getting some yardage, it'll certainly help Coach Watson allow his team to open up things offensively. So these first 2 plays here are imperative to get some positive yardage.
Gallatin in that power set again. Give Briggs. Spencer to the edge.
Big hole.
Spencer, sideline. Pulled out of bounds. He was gone again if the one man doesn't get a handful of jersey and yank him out of bounds.
So 2:02 to go in the second half. This opens up a lot of other opportunities for the coaching staff to
24 yards on the carry for Briggs. He's closing in. That may be 100. He's over 100.
That was important to get out of the our end zone because they had 3 timeouts left, and they could have got good field position.
That's exactly right.
Power set again. Flag comes down. Briggs breaks the tackles, jumps over a man, and goes out to the 37, but for the marker.
Called by the line judge on the home field.
Sideline warning on Mount Juliet. So the play stands.
Okay.
Out to the 37. It's a 4-yard gain for Spencer Briggs. And I think that was probably called on Trey Perry, who is out on the field quite a bit, as is the defensive coordinator. Both those guys have been out on the field, and they are as we speak.
So it didn't really hit home with them.
Here comes Gallatin again. 2nd and 6, minute 42 left. Mount Juliet a little disjointed on defense. Toss. Briggs coming left again. Spencer to the sideline. Spencer out to the 48-yard line in Gallatin territory. That's the 3rd F&M Bank run for a first down on this drive. And with a minute 29 left, Gallatin marching the football right at Mount Juliet's defense.
Same play that they ran earlier when Spencer Briggs had the 51-yard touchdown. Lead blocker James Mason pounding the way for Spencer Briggs.
You got to think Mason's going to get a carry of his own here in a minute. Everybody's keying Briggs. Power set again. Mason, your fullback. They give it Mason. There's James. Right on cue. Across midfield down to the Mount Juliet 49. Not enough for a first down. Clock still running. Minute 20 left. Gallatin needs to hurry. They still have 2 timeouts. I'm not sure we don't take one here. They are not calling the timeout.
So far they're not, which is surprising to me.
They're burning some time here.
Yeah, burning about 15 seconds off the
At
clock
the 49.
Here.
We may see the toss come this way. Nope, they're going to toss it left. Briggs looks, cuts into the middle, lowers the shoulder, battles forward, close to first down yardage.
Should see a timeout now. And
no timeout as of yet.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's third down.
Oh, yeah, they called timeout because the staff.
Yeah, Coach Atkins is absolutely losing his mind over there.
52 seconds on the clock, and they burned it down to 40. And the Gallatin staff is not happy about that clock management, or lack of management of the clock.
We'll hold it right here. 40 seconds remain. Gallatin the football at the Mount Juliet 44-yard line. Third down and 1. Attempt here at the end of the half if you don't break one. And Mount Juliet has kind of gotten now. Gallatin has done all this toss sweep to the left.
Yeah.
Will they bust one back to the right?
And I think with the amount of time that has been taken off the clock here, I think you're going to see it be put in the air here by Isaiah Briscoe.
I don't know.
Well,
he's under center.
Not in that formation.
Mason Lake getting onto the field. It's the power set. They're coming left. They're coming right this time. There's the toss.
Yep.
Nope, Briggs going to throw. Up top, Springer. He's got him wide open. Taken away. Oh, it was underthrown. Springer had to slow up, and the defensive back able to bat it away at the 15. The play was there. If Briggs put some air under it, he's running to the end zone for a touchdown.
I was just thinking the way the flow of this possession's going and the amount of time left on the clock, they're going to have to start opening it up. They did from the jumbo formation. And Spencer Briggs just a little soft on that throw, or Springer's in for 6.
Springer was lined up at a tight end that time.
Yeah. First time all year.
And now timeout Gallatin.
Burn the timeout.
They've used their final timeout with 31 seconds left. We'll take the break. 7-0 Gallatin, second quarter on WHIN.
Boys are coaching over there tonight. Fourth and 1. You have no timeouts.
What are you doing?
He's faking it.
Here is the fourth down. Gallatin up under center, and they are going to take the penalty here and punt it away, it appears. They take a delay of game penalty there.
Bizarre.
Yeah, they lined up in the power set. Sent Briggs in motion to the right, and then Briscoe standing there. I thought maybe a delay, and then he goes under and just runs it forward quickly.
That's what
but
I thought
not
they were going
case.
to do. And there's no timeouts and 2 seconds to go on the play clock. There's not much else you can do in the formation they're in, but interesting.
So here is Trace Kelly to punt it away with 31 seconds left. And I've got to think you might tell him to punt this thing out of bounds. Don't give him any chance to return.
Certainly.
Pressure coming. Kelly hits it high. It is near the sideline. It will hit and roll.
And
slow up,
stop.
boys. Slow up. Yes, sir.
Oh, they knocked it in.
No, they have downed that football at the Mount Juliet 2-yard line. Great punt, better coverage.
Yeah, great punt. I think it was going to stop without the efforts of the remainder of the team there. But good job by special teams, pinning them deep here with 21 seconds to go in the half. Don't think you'll see much out of Mount Juliet trying to open it up here.
They mark it officially at the 4-yard line, not the 2, so not in the end zone, or close to the end zone. Where it was touched, right about the 2 on the far side is where the official was when he marked the football from the sideline, and somehow it manages to get 2 more yards. But I would be surprised if Mount Juliet does anything more than, and they're going to take a knee here. They hand off to the running back, trying to get to the edge. A.J. Branham grabs him. He breaks away, carries it out to about the 12, and taken down there.
How about that? The clock never ran. Just started running. The clock went from 21, the whistle blew, and then the clock started moving for Mount Juliet.
10 seconds left on the clock, and I think Mount Juliet will just take this knowing they get the ball to start the half, not risk anything here that could put them in a bad way, and give up points before the half, and that will do it. We've played a half here at Mount Juliet. Low scoring, but the right side winning at this point. Gallatin 7, Mount Juliet nothing at the intermission. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Bobby will have a halftime guess. I think he said it was.
Wait a minute. I got to talk to the coach.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. I have lost my mind. Thank you, Bobby. Go ahead. Catch up with Coach Watson.
All right, Coach, pretty much what we thought, the defensive struggle.
It is. We're playing a really good football team. I think we're a good football team. You just got to find ways to get points on the board. They're hard to come by when you play a good team like Mountain Juliet. So we just got to get in here and kind of scheme some stuff up, see if we can get some more points on the board. And defensively, just keep doing what we're doing. Be ready. They're probably going to try to change something up offensively. Would not be surprised if they don't jump out in the wing T here this afternoon.
All right, temperature at game time, 84 degrees, very humid down here. Is endurance going to be a problem?
Well, we ran the crap out of our guys this summer, so we've done everything we can do. We had 300-pound kids running 24 110s this summer, so I think we're ready for it, and they've worked their butts off, so hopefully it pays off tonight.
All right. Greg.
Thank you, Bobby. Sorry about that. I'm excited to be up 7-0 here at half. As I mentioned, we'll have a halftime guest coming up. Dale has the numbers. Evan got some information he'll share with you as well. Stephen will be back to talk as well during the halftime. Let's take the break. We'll come back. Halftime here from Mount Juliet. 7-0 Gallatin, a 51-yard Spencer Briggs touchdown run. The only score of the night so far in this one. You're listening to Greenway Football here on the WHIN Radio Network.
there, man. It's close. Yep, it's in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Back here at Mount Juliet, 7-0 Gallatin the lead, and this is the Carl Wells and Associates Insurance Agency halftime report. Carl Wells and Associates, we sell protection for Sumner County. Again, 7-0 your score. Spencer Briggs, 51-yard touchdown. The only score of the night for Gallatin. And let's go down on the field to Bobby Ridings with our old buddy Don Porter. Tell him I said hi, Bobby.
All right, we got Don Porter to my right, Billy Nolan to my left, Gallatin High coaches of the past. Coach of the first half, Don Porter.
Bobby, I'm really impressed with Gallatin High School. They are playing hard. They're playing fast. I haven't seen them play in a while. I have a grandson playing in another school that I go watch on Friday night usually, but I came tonight to watch them play Mount Juliet. I'm thoroughly impressed with the coaching staff and the kids and how hard they're playing, how well they're executing.
You know, our old buddy Footsy Grantham said this defensive coordinator that came from East Robinson was going to do wonders for Gallatin. I think he hit the nail on the head.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt about it. They are, I mean, they're running to the football. They're controlling the line of scrimmage. It's just, I'm just impressed. They're playing really hard. And, you know, the last time I saw them was maybe a year or so ago, and it's a totally different football team than I've seen in the past.
This staff that Coach Chad Watkins brought on board, a bit younger and a lot more active, they seem to have lit a fire under this team.
You know, the coaches are young and enthusiastic, and it rubs off on the players sometimes. You get your coaches fired up and running up and down, jumping up and down and acting crazy, and, you know, it kind of rubs off, but you don't see that individualism from the players on the field. They're playing as a team. It's all 11, and the coaches have done a great job of doing that and getting them to where back to the old Gallatin rock 'em, sock 'em, and let's play hard defense and win it with a kicking game.
We've seen some great high school defensive players at Gallatin High School, but James Mason, though he's only going to play 1 year, looks like he's going to write his name in the book.
I'll tell you what, he reminds me a whole lot of Vernon Bass, who could run like a deer, and it was a big, strong kid, has a nose for the football, and he'll strike you once he gets there. He's an impressive individual. I like the moves out of the running back. The quarterback is smooth. It's just, like I say, I'm very impressed, Bobby, with Gallatin High School tonight.
Well, the last time we were over here about this time, we were down about 3 or 4 touchdowns, so we've made significant improvements.
Absolutely. They're going to have to play hard for 2 more quarters. Mount Juliet is not going to quit. They're going to go in and probably make some adjustments. I think they may have to throw the ball a little bit more. The front 7 is shutting down their running game, so Mount Juliet may have to throw the ball some, but I don't see any need in us doing anything any different. It looked like there at the end of the second quarter, we kind of lined up in 2 tight power formation and said, hey, here we come. Stop us if you can. And the running back Briggs made a great run down the sideline. We had some great blocking. You know, if you spread them out and you can't whip the people in front of you, then it's tough to run the football. But, you know, you stick everybody in there real tight. And if they don't cover the inside, you run there. And then you get outside, and that's what Briggs did on the long touchdown run.
Isn't that the characteristic of a great runner? You stop him 10 times, and then boom.
Absolutely. And he's got some shake in his game. He kind of reminds me of Jeremy McMurray. Jeremy wasn't a real burner, but he had a whole lot of shake in his game. And this kid reminds me a lot of him. He's a big, strong kid. Somebody told me he was a little running back. There ain't nothing little about him. He's a good, big, strong running back, and he's got great speed. And he don't mind sticking it up in there. And his offensive line is doing a good job. They just need to keep pounding at him and keep pounding at him. And eventually, you give him a little seam. He may give him an inch. He might take a mile.
All right, we'll turn our attention now to Billy Nolan, another former coach at Gallatin High School. Billy, it's hot, it's humid. Is the team that's in shape the best going to have the better second half?
I think yes, most definitely. I think I went by spring practice, and these kids, I noticed during spring practice, conditioning and working hard is part of what Coach Watson and his staff has brought to the program, and I think our kids look like they they're ready for the second half. They came out, they ran off the field. It looked like they had their legs under them well, and I do believe that definitely in this heat, the best conditioned team will definitely, the last few minutes could make a difference.
You've been in a lot of these Mount Juliet Gallatin games. What makes it so good?
I think it's the proximity. Both schools are so close to each other, and a lot of people know each other from the two different communities. But both of them have such a tremendous tradition. And when you have two schools that have tradition like these two schools, they have pride, and they want to take something from you when they play you. And I think with the two storied programs that they have is the reason why it's such a great Friday night game every year.
Now, Mount Juliet has played multiple quarterbacks. Is that good or bad at this stage of the young season?
Well, I don't think they've played enough games really yet to be settled in, so I don't know. I don't think it would be a negative. I think with the first quarterback they had in, of course, they were trying to execute their running game, but when they brought their second one in, it looked like that they had decided they couldn't run inside like Don said, and was trying to throw the football. So this early season, I don't think it's that big of a challenge.
Big Bowen, their star receiver, running back, Duke commitment, has only been able to get open one time, and you got overthrown. I bet he's at MTSU. You say?
I think he may be there. He could be. Since Blue Raiders are taking on the Duke Blue Devils tomorrow. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And he's one of those players, though, Bobby. It's like our player. If you give him an inch, if he gets open and when they get him the ball, he can be very dangerous. So I know that Coach Watson and his staff are really talking that up in the locker room as far as know where he is at all times and make sure that we've got him marked on every play.
Any kid that can qualify to go to Duke, I admire him.
Well, Bobby, do you think you and I could have
added our ECT scores?
Well, it would have been a chance. You and I agree on that. I think it would have been both of us. No, that he's got some smarts to be able to get into Duke, but also to be out here and perform the way he does. He knows football also.
My guests in halftime, Don Porter, Billy Nolan, former Green Wave coaches. For being my halftime guests, each will receive dinner for two at Keller's Restaurant, midway between Gallatin and Hartsfield, about 1 Al Golden 3-wood from the four-way stop. Greg?
Thank you, Bobby. And you guys were talking about Bowen and Duke. Trooper Taylor, assistant football coach from Duke, who that name is familiar. He was at UT, has been in Auburn and several other places. He's here tonight. Duke in town, of course, to play MTSU tomorrow. He's here to see Bowen and, of course, perhaps some other players on the field tonight that he might find some interest in. Halftime, 7-0 your score. Gallatin the lead. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Dale has the halftime show. This is the Carl Wells and Associates halftime show, where Carl Wells and Associates, we sell protection for Sumner County. And we're back after this on the WHIN Radio Network.
Welcome back. This is the Carl Wells and Associates Insurance Agency halftime report. Carl Wells and Associates, we sell protection for Sumner County. Jacob, give us this long scoring rundown.
All right, Dale. Well, we'll keep it short and sweet tonight. No one on the board tonight until late in the second quarter. It was 4:39 left to play in the first half, and Briggs had to hand off. You know, I think I have that. It was the second quarter, wasn't it?
It was
when
the
he
second,
had that.
It was the
Okay.
second quarter.
I never wrote that down. See, I got to correct myself sometimes. But it was a handoff to Briggs. The ball was on the 51-yard line, or on the 49-yard line, and Briggs runs it in for a 51-yard touchdown run. Kelly with the point-after attempt was good. That made Gallatin be the first one on the board tonight, 7-0. That play also set Briggs over 80 yards with 12 carries for the evening, and I'll turn it back over to you, Dale, for the rest of the stats we have.
All right, for Mount Juliet so far tonight, 0 points, only 2 first downs, 35 yards rushing, 2 of 6 through the air for 5 yards, had 18 yards in the return game. Total offense for Mount Juliet in the first half, 40 yards. Punted 4 times for a 34-yard average, had no turnovers, 2 penalties for 25 yards, time of possession 9 minutes and 57 seconds. On the ground tonight, Conlon Baggett, 9 attempts, 43 yards. Malik Bowen, 2 attempts for -3 yards. Jamari Soul, 1 attempt for 2 yards. Bryce Messenger, 1 attempt for -5 yards. Jordan Braswell, 1 attempt for -2 yards. Bryce Messenger's 6 attempts through the air, only 2 completions for 5 yards. Malik Bolden, their star receiver, only 1 reception for 1 yard, and Matt Defendall, 1 reception for 4 yards. Gallatin on the night, 7 points so far, first half, 7 first downs, 143 yards rushing, 1 of 5 through the air, 15 yards, nothing in the return game, total offense 158 yards. They punted 5 times for a 27-yard average, had no turnovers, 4 penalties for 30 yards, time of possession 14 minutes and 3 seconds. On the ground tonight, Spencer Briggs, 16 attempts, 120 yards in the first half with a lone TD. Isaiah Briscoe, 5 attempts for 21 yards. James Mason, 1 attempt for 4 yards. Solomon Yarborough, 1 attempt for -2 yards. Through the air, Isaiah Briscoe had 4 attempts, 1 completion for 15 yards. Spencer Briggs also had 1 attempt, but did not complete his pass. Solomon Yarborough on the receiving end of that 1 reception for 15 yards. As we're getting ready here, the band is currently leaving the field, Mount Juliet band that is. Gallatin players have come back on. Mount Juliet players are currently coming back on as well. And as we're getting everything set here, going to start getting our warm-ups done and everything, and expecting a good, tight second half. Greg?
Dale, we'll remind everybody that each week throughout the 2019 high school football season, Michelle Patterson and Michelle Jackson of the Patterson team at Remax Choice Properties are proudly sponsoring the Most Outstanding Player of the Game award to the player chosen by us, the broadcast crew, whose efforts and performance most impacted the outcome of tonight's game. The winner will be announced during the postgame, with the winner receiving a certificate sponsored by the Patterson team acknowledging their hard work in that week's contest. Michelle and Michelle are proud alums of Gallatin High School and proudly support Gallatin Greenway football by sponsoring the Most Outstanding Player of the Game throughout the 2019 football season. Our thanks to the Patterson team for helping us. Time report. Carl Wells and Associates, we sell protection for Sumner County, and we'll take our final break and be back with the second half coming up after this here on the WHIN Radio Network.
That's what Watson said. I mean, they haven't gotten anything done offensively not running the wing tee, but my question is, if it didn't work when they were running it, why go back to it? It's not like we have never seen the wing tee. That coaching staff has seen the wing tee. And I'm gonna say it's number 3, Bowen. He's not as fast as I expected him to be.
Seven 0 your score here at the half, with Gallatin leading over Mount Juliet. Some other scores from around the area. White House Heritage up 14-0 on Sycamore. Westmoreland pounding Whites Creek down at the creek tonight, 51-6. Portland up on Greenbrier 21-0. That's a halftime score. Centennial leads Siegel 14-0. Watertown 28, DeKalb County 7. Beach at halftime up on Hendersonville 6-3. Henry County and Brentwood in the first quarter tied at 7. Creekwood leads Harpeth 9-0. Franklin and Summit at the half tied at 14. Cheatham County in the third over West Creek 3-0. Whitehaven out of Memphis 6A over Brentwood Academy in the second quarter 14-7. It's Pope John 14, Father Ryan 3. Riverdale trailing Smyrna 6-3. That in the second quarter. Oakland pounding Germantown 28-0 at the half at Germantown in that one. Dixon County at halftime up on McGavock 10-0. Trousdale County 35, Gordonsville 0. Rossview 17, Northeast 0. Cane Ridge and Stewart's Creek tied at 7 in the second. Halftime Station Camp in Springfield tied at 10. Franklin and Summit also tied at 14 at the half. Wilson Central 34, Antioch 0. That's a future opponent for Gallatin.
Wilson Central about to go 4-0.
Well, hey, that's okay, because right now, if the game ended here, Gallatin would be 4-0. Unfortunately, we still have 2 quarters to play for Gallatin to hold on to and or extend this 7-0 lead as they will kick off to Mount Juliet to start the second half here tonight.
And Coach Watson alluded to it at halftime. It's going to be interesting to see what Mount Juliet tries to do to drum up some offense here. Potentially going back to the wing tee that they ran in week 1. So interesting dynamic here on a Friday the 13th full moon.
Bobby, biggest second half we've seen in a while, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. You know, last time we were here, we were down 4 touchdowns at this stage of the game. It's nice to be ahead. Let's stay ahead.
Absolutely. Here is Trace Kelly with it teed up at the 40 on the north end to kick off from left to right here to start the second half. Palmer and Bowen back deep. Here is the approach from Kelly. It's a low liner that will bounce and roll and be fielded by one of those 2 return men at the 10. Comes right. That is Sowell. And I thought it was Bowen, and he's finally taken out of bounds up at the 30-yard line. Sowell, as they say, run out of bounds by Solomon Yarborough. So Sowell, Jamari Sowell, my apologies for that. And now Mount Juliet at their own 29 go to work, 1st and 10, first possession of the second half. Gallatin leading this thing 7. Baggett is the back to his right, and they hand to Baggett coming right. Into the middle, runs into a stack, fumbles the football. Gallatin saying they have it. No signal as of yet.
A.J. Brenham feels confident about it.
Wave football out of the stack. Tristan Kemp and Gallatin gets the first big break of the second half. They have the football. 1st and 10 at the Mount Juliet 29. Let's put some points on the board, boys.
Gallatin defense establishing momentum early in the second half. See the offense can finish the job here and put some more points on the board.
Bobby, could you tell who knocked? Bobby, I think he's working on his headset. Bobby, could you tell who knocked that football loose? We didn't hear you. Could you tell who knocked it loose?
2-2.
Okay, so he got it loose and recovered it. Here comes that power set. Mason, your fullback. Briggs, the tailback. Long count. Toss it, Briggs. Cuts up inside, and Spencer forward for 2, maybe 3. Wrapped up and taken down by Devin Palmer. They played that a little bit better
They did
that time than they did in the first half.
You know, I still think Coach Watson and staff's going to continue to run that play left and right until they just literally shut it down. And I'm not sure they will.
Well, if you're Gallatin, you need to find something that gets you to the end zone. A 2-touchdown lead in the third here would be huge. Branham, the sniffer back or the wing lead blocker. Mason, your fullback. Give Briggs again, this time off the right side. Not much there. Sal, the defensive back.
Yeah, Sal got a hold of Spencer Briggs' left leg, foot, and held on for dear life.
Right about the 26-yard line. So here comes a 3rd down and 7 for Gallatin. The first 2 plays out of that power formation have netted 3 yards. And you are in field goal range.
2 tight ends.
Yep, you are in field goal range, but I would rather have
A good chance you'll see the pitch here if they don't run some kind of pass play out of the jumbo again.
wing right, fake to Briggs, rolling is Briscoe, broke a tackle, but that's not going to do it.
His knee was down. I don't know why in the world.
He is sacked. Where will they spot him? All the way back at the 36.
36-yard line. His knee was down. I didn't hear a whistle.
Zach Patusik was in there on the sack that time, and that play Mount Juliet sniffed out easily and quickly. And let's see, will we see a long field goal? No,
Yeah,
I don't think so.
That play didn't have a chance.
They're going to punt this thing.
Yeah.
So the fumble does not hurt Mount Juliet other than time possession that they'll give away there. Snap back, pressure, but he gets it away. High and short.
Turn around.
It will hit and bounce and roll. They pinned him at the 1. Put that at the 1, folks. If that comes out any further than where it is right now, there ought to be an investigation. That thing is almost, Bobby, how close to the end zone is it?
It looks like it's about the length of the football.
Great job by Corey Hambright to get on that ball, keep it from going into the end zone. And, you know, old James Mason up the middle for a safety would be
Well, you know, yeah, this
fantastic.
is definitely I would think, a run situation. I cannot think that Mount Juliet would try to throw out of the end zone with a sophomore quarterback. We'll see. They do hand off, and not much there, a yard. A.J. Branham rides him down. The handoff was to Baggett, and Branham the stop.
Baggett didn't have much room there. Great job defensively for Gallatin to keep them pinned back and trying their best to get a tackle in the end zone for 2.
Oh, it would be huge, and then you get the football.
Tonight.
Absolutely.
So, 2 points.
2 points could be the difference in a win and a loss if you could rack up a safety here.
Most certainly.
Send twin receivers to the right. Under center is Swanner. Mason showing the blitz. Here he comes. He got him, but he didn't get him in the end zone. Mason hit him about the 1 and then got some help. It's no gain. Here comes 3rd and 9 for Mount Juliet. The football right around their own 2-yard line.
This is exactly where you want to be if you're the Gallatin defense. 3rd and long on the 3-yard line.
And you got to know Mason's coming after somebody here, I would think.
If Coach Porter throws the ball, I'll be shocked.
Coach Perry.
Up on that defensive line with all the injuries, we got Kemp and Williams.
Yep, Ravion Williams has been in the ball game. Tristan Kemp.
Bryce Messenger in for Mount Juliet.
Interesting. He will go shotgun, twins to the right.
So they are going to.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. Messenger rolling. Messenger fires. Messenger's pass incomplete. Broken up. Guess who? James Mason in coverage had the tight end one-on-one, and when the ball hit his hands, Mason hit him and dislodged the football. It is 4th down in Mount Juliet to punt.
Shocked me. I'm surprised, but it was a quick pass. They weren't going to do anything to let anything develop downfield.
Johnson will punt, standing with his heels at the end line of the end zone, with Briggs waiting at the Mount Juliet 45.
Gallatin doesn't look like they're
Yeah, I don't think you come after him here. You just play punt safe. He'll get it away. Ugly
end
punt.
over end. returnable.
Yep, Briggs scoops it up. 48 comes left, cuts inside, down to the 40, stacked up there. Whistle's blowing, and they put him down after the whistles. But Gallatin first and 10 at the Mount Juliet 40 for their second possession of the third quarter. 7 minutes, 47 seconds remain in the third. Still 7-0 Gallatin, and the Wave trying to find some more points here. Greg, and they mark him at the 41.
Greg, I did not see one block on that return.
I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit just calling where the runner is because every time
matter.
I do, they mark it someplace different. 41-yard line. That's where the football is marked, and here comes the Wave offense, and they're going back now to the shotgun and 3 wides. Twins right, single receiver left, Briscoe shotgun, lead blocker is to the left, Briggs to the right, gives Spencer coming right, looking for a block, cuts up inside. Spencer rams forward to about the 38-yard line, we think. That's where he fell. Which would be a 3-yard gain and bring up second down and 7.
And one thing you've got to consider, James Mason plays both ways, and he's the key defender on the other side of the ball. So you don't want to exhaust him offensively. So you got to go for your original set here, see how well you can do with that. Give Mason a breather because you might need him offensively down the line.
Football on the left hash. Gallatin moving left to right. Single receiver left. Twins wide side right. Shotgun Briscoe again. Eye set beside him, and Briscoe will keep. Cuts up inside. Not a lot there, but he lowers the shoulder and battles close to the 35-yard line. They'll mark him at the 36, which is a 2-yard gain after all of that. Here comes a 3rd down and 5 for Gallatin just outside the Mount Juliet 35. And I've got to think,
that
guys.
That play was doomed from the beginning.
Yeah, he was lucky that he got the 2 yards that he did.
He worked very hard for those 2 yards.
I got to think, guys, after what we saw a moment ago on 3rd down, Gallatin might keep it simple here, not try to pass. The Mount Juliet pressure got the sack a minute ago and knocked them out of any opportunity to maybe think about a 4th down play or a field goal. Shotgun here, Twins left. Give Briggs. Spencer stutter step. Spencer taken down as he got a 35. So here comes 4th down and 3.
They're looking.
And Gallatin, would you punt and try to pin them deep again here or go for it on this?
Here comes Kemp. Here
comes Mason.
They're going
here comes
big
Power.
Again.
Yep.
Going big again. Well, and one
they
thing
may try to draw them off.
One thing you can hear on 4th and 4, if you can draw them off sides, you get a 1st down.
Clock running, 5:47 and counting. Here comes Gallatin with that power set. Mason the fullback. Branham the lead blocker right. Tight ends each side. Briscoe under center. They're going. Toss it. Coming right, Briggs. Spencer, nothing doing. They played it well, and they stuffed them, and Gallatin is turned away. And that's a big momentum play for Mount Juliet there. Rather than kicking it deep, they try to go for it, and Mount Juliet holds.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, Gallatin's going to continue running the toss with Mason lead blocking, and Mount Juliet's done a good job in the second half of minimizing that positive yardage on that play, negative yardage on that one.
So Mount Juliet now from their own 36 go to work on offense, still trailing 7-0. The Gallatin defense has played great football tonight. Can they keep it up? In at quarterback is Messenger. Handoff fake to Baggett. Messenger fires. Pass incomplete.
Hit him in the breadbasket.
And Solomon Yarbrough in coverage might have gotten a hand in on that one.
I believe it was Tayshawn
Thompson was the, Tayshawn Thompson, the intended receiver. So the incompletion brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, big break for Gallatin there.
The Wave defense could use another turnover, folks.
So, you're seeing a pattern here with Messenger when he's in at quarterback, must have the better decision-making from the passing standpoint as well.
He'll go shotgun. Twins right, single receiver left. Baggett to his right. Handoff is to Baggett. Baggett hitting the backfield, pulled down. Who got him? Tristan Kemp back at the 34-yard line for a loss of 3. 3rd and 13 coming for Mount Juliet.
And we haven't heard his name a lot, but he's been in secondary tackles, the second man to make the tackle, and he's had a solid year so far, Greg.
Indeed he has.
He's been overshadowed by James Mason, but
Chris Kemp in at a defensive tackle now along with Robb, and Branham and Kemp are the defensive line. Mason and Williams right now line at linebacker. Jaden Williams up from safety to linebacker. Jalen Grimmett is in.
Tight trip.
Yep,
left.
trips left.
Right.
Motion man coming right. Dropping is Swanner. Or check it. That is. Oh, boom! A.J. Branham smashes Messenger for the sack at the 31.
Yeah, the Mount Juliet offense ran some very deep routes here. Quarterback for Mount Juliet had quite a bit of time, but it was.
Here's this hurry-up punt formation again.
Didn't last long.
Thompson in punt formation. Pressure coming.
Ooh. Oh, they didn't call it.
It is a short punt. Get away from it, Malachi. It's touched dead at the Gallatin 33. And Thompson rolling on the ground. There was some contact. He was bumped by a defender on the ground, and he's down there rolling around like he broke both legs and an arm.
It could have easily been called, but
it would have been a 5-yarder.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't knock over a teacup.
No. Hey, Bobby, that wouldn't have knocked me and you over, and we're feeble. Or I am anyway. I don't know about you.
I'm worse.
4 minutes, 6 seconds left here in quarter number 3. Gallatin hanging on to this 7-0 lead. And it's a defensive struggle, folks, let me tell you. It has been defense, and more defense. And as good as Mount Juliet's defense has been, Gallatin's has been better to this point. Twins left, single receiver to the right, shotgun Briscoe, Briggs to his left. Harville in as the blocking back this time for Gallatin. Briscoe pressured, rolling, looks, tries to throw, hit from behind, and taken down on the sack. He had no time that time. Coming in and putting the pressure was Luke Roberts, the senior defensive lineman.
Roberts almost caused a fumble. Briscoe was about to throw the ball away and had to tuck it in last minute. Very fortunate Gallatin didn't turn the ball over. And put it
Gallatin's offensive line not much
starting.
pass blocking tonight here, at least in this second half to this point.
Yeah, this would be a good time for Spencer Briggs to bust another one to flip this field again.
2nd and 17, Twins left, single receiver right. Give Briggs coming left, looking for some room. Not much there. Taken down at the original line of scrimmage, or taken down at the line of scrimmage for maybe a half a yard. It'll bring up 3rd and 17. Noah Clayton to stop that time.
Mount Juliet's tightened up their defense here in the second half, and Gallatin's going to have to dig a little deeper in the playbook. Probably not on this next play, but just in the second half.
We got an injured player is what the stoppage is. It is a Mount Juliet player down across the way. I say he's down. He is up and limping, coming towards the sideline. That is Devin Palmer. That is Palmer, one of their cornerbacks. Well, it depends, I guess, how you look at it. He lines up at what could be considered a corner. It could also be considered outside linebacker. And did somebody take a timeout? There's 3 minutes and 5 seconds left. They did not signal a timeout.
I think it's a heat and humidity timeout.
Okay, so the officials call this for the players to give everybody an opportunity to grab some water.
Get a little agua.
Yep, there you go.
Very humid here tonight.
It's very humid, yes. It's really warm in this booth. I don't know if I've lost any weight, but I've certainly perspired enough that I think I might have dropped at least a pound.
We're drinking a lot of water tonight.
So here's the 3rd down and 15 for Gallatin. Shotgun for Briscoe. Trips right, single receiver left. Mount Juliet 4 men up, and pressure coming, and Briscoe steps away from it. Fires upfield, complete Springer. He'll have the F&M Bank first down and more. Across midfield, breaks a tackle. Springer, 40, 35, 30, still going. Out of bounds somewhere near the 20-yard line.
Big play.
Penalty marker across the way over here at the 40, guys.
Yeah, and it looks like the Mount Juliet coaching staff not happy, so hopefully this penalty's against Mount Juliet, and this play will stick.
And we've got an injured player down on the far side over there. Am I correct in that, Bobby?
Yeah. Yes.
It is a Mount Juliet player injured on the far side, right about the 18 on the Gallatin sideline, and another limping towards the sideline here. And the officials at the 35 discuss the penalty that appears like it will be against Mount Juliet here because they are walking towards the Mount Juliet end zone.
With the football.
Yeah, with the football, which means that whatever the penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct on Gallatin.
Ooh.
Okay. They will mark it backwards from the end of the run at the 18. Still,
After the play. Okay,
yeah, that's not going to make Coach Watson happy, but it is an F&M Bank first down, and while they attend to the down player across the way, let's take a timeout, and we'll come back with more after this. 2:32 left, third quarter, 7-0 your score, Gallatin leading here on WHIN. Just give me this one commercial. I think he cramped. Just the one. Another touchdown wins this, boys. Who is that? Get a number. The injured player escorted, helped off the field. I think it's cramping. Gallatin runs the play. They hand off Briggs up the middle, who goes forward for 3. And the Gallatin crowd unhappy because Jaden Williams' helmet was taken off his head on the far side of the field. I didn't see how it came off. I saw it run, and no penalty reacting to that. Bobby, could you tell what happened?
Yeah, it was that traditional chicken fighting downfield, and to be perfectly honest, unbiased, it should have been a flag.
Twin receivers each side on this second down and 7. Handoff is to fake. Briscoe keeps. Hit, taken down. They faked the handoff.
It looked like a pass. I'm not sure that it was a designed run play because he pumped it, but they had to hold it in to take a hard tackle there.
So here comes your third down and 8. He lost a yard on that play. The football at the 32 in Mount Juliet territory. And what will Gallatin do here?
It's a tough one. Offensively up front, haven't been blocking well on the pass plays. So it's going to take a big play by Briscoe if they decide to put it in the air.
Trips right, single receiver, Springer to the left, shotgun again, Briggs beside him. Here's Briscoe, pitches back to Briggs. Spencer breaks one tackle, breaks a second tackle, and is taken down right about the 28-yard line. He is short of the first down. But it leaves us with fourth down and right about 3, maybe 4. And what will Gallatin do? Here comes Trace Kelly. I got to assume this is field goal time. And I tell you, boys, Mount Juliet, some of their defenders, hands on knees. They are huffing and puffing right now. Here is Kelly. They will put this thing down at the 35. Ryan Phillips to snap. Luke Springer to hold a 45-yard attempt just inside the left hash. Snap back, capable. Hold down, kick up, plenty of leg. Did he hit it? He missed it.
Missed it right, just a hair.
And with 22 seconds left. Yep, 22 seconds left. And now seconds left. I said 22, and 4 more seconds ticked away from the clock after the kick.
It's been a crazy clock night on the
18 seconds left, third quarter. Gallatin leading 7-0, and Mount Juliet will have the football. I tell you what, I'm not. We've had 3 games this year, and none of them have been really nervous time. This one, for some reason, is.
This one's about kind of how I expected it to go.
This has kind of got you on the end of the seat.
Road. Gallatin hasn't beaten Mount Juliet in a few years, so it's certainly a dogfight here.
Well, I tell you what, people watching this game have seen a good one. Here's Mount Juliet now with trips to the right. One of them's an offensive lineman. Dropping back, firing upfield, pass complete. Springer puts a big hit on the receiver, but not before he's out to the 40-yard line.
And good thing Springer was playing as deep as he was. That could have been gone for a touchdown there.
That pass complete to Matt Devendall. And that'll do it. Clock's expired on quarter number 3. We've played 3 quarters here in Mount Juliet. 7-0 Gallatin. The wave hanging on. Mount Juliet with the football. at their own 40 when we come back here on the WHIN Radio Network. Stupid penalties. That penalty to unsportsmanlike. And then Mount Juliet does what they did down there. And there's two things should have been flagged.
Yeah. Gallatin's had 3 really bad penalties at bad times. Big ones, too. Pin them back, boys.
You're in the shotgun. Twins left. Fake the handoff, bag it. There's a hold and no penalty marker down.
Nope.
And the pass.
Took his helmet off,
oh,
too.
my goodness.
He held Tristan Kemp and he ripped his helmet off. No penalty.
You have got to be kidding me.
Kemp's going to have to step out of play. That wasn't very good.
Wow. Kemp beat the man through and was held and then had his helmet literally ripped off his head.
Certainly did.
That's all I can say. Down in 10. Here's shotgun again for Messenger. Handoff is to Baggett. Breaks one down. He landed at 45. They mark him at the 46. What do I know?
Gallatin better be prepared. They're going hot.
Handoff, Baggett looking for running room on the edge. Not much there. He gains a yard. Taken down by Chris Kemp.
Little tempo here by the Bears.
Football at the Gallatin 44. Shotgun again. Gallatin
Blitz.
showing blitz. Here it comes, and he missed it, but
That's
A.J.
okay.
Branham is there to clean it up and take down Baggett, the ball carrier, after a gain of a yard.
James Mason blitz, center Christian Sandon for Mount Juliet blocks, but that left a hole wide open for the remainder of the Gallatin defense to hit that gap and make a play here. Big down right here, Greg.
Huge down defensively. 10 minutes, 45 seconds remain here in the ball game. 7-0 Gallatin. Mount Juliet with a 3rd and 5 at the Gallatin 42. What do they do, and what does Gallatin do as a counter? Shotgun for Messenger. Baggett to his left. Twins right, single receiver Bowen to the left.
We're going to the air.
Fake the handoff. Dropping. Firing upfield. Pass tip. Did he get it?
Nope.
Did Springer pick it? No, incomplete.
Good acting by
Flag.
Springer there.
Flag on the far side.
This is a big call.
Coach Watson may lose his mind if this goes against Gallatin.
They're talking to the ball was tipped.
Ball was tipped,
Therefore,
so
they're going to probably pick up this
no pass
flag.
interference. Wave it off. The ball was tipped, which means that
It's fair
it's
game.
fair game. And now here comes Mount Juliet with this punt,
We
hurry
think
punt formation. And Gallatin will play, Springer
safe.
will drop back.
Yeah, they're going to play quasi-safe, we'll say.
He hits it high, he hits it deep. Take a roll, yes,
you
sir.
go.
Into and out of the back of the end zone,
Bounce from the
where
70.
Gallatin will get the football at their own 20 with 10 minutes and 11 seconds left. Bobby, I hadn't been nervous in a football game. It might have been Oakland a few years ago, the last time I felt like this. I'm sure you remember that, Tyler Way. So here come the wave on offense. We need an 80-yard march right here, folks.
Yep.
If you got one in your pocket, hey, I'll take it in one fell swoop.
That might do the trick tonight.
Any way you can get it at this point. An 80-yard, 4-yard at a time march would be great. So would a bomb. Handoff Spencer. Breaks the tackle, carries out to the 21, maybe the 22-yard line. Not a lot there.
Holding as long as they can before they have to put James Mason in offensively because he's so needed on the defensive side. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly.
Injured player for Mount Juliet, and as they're out to attend to that young man, we'll take a break. 10:02 left, still 7-0 Gallatin here in the fourth on WHIN.
They're going to.
Take it after this. We'll take it after this.
They're getting
He's
tired,
cramping.
though, man, I'm telling you, they're burning out. They've had three cramps in the past 4 minutes. They're getting worn down, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, Gallatin's in better shape.
Oh, absolutely.
Better condition.
I watched them in the summer. I was telling Evan, there's no better team as far as conditioning as Gallatin. I mean, them big boys were out there dying.
It is a cramping issue. Down on the field is, I think, Noah Clayton, who was involved in that last tackle. Bobby, could you tell for sure? Is that 71 that's down out there? I think Bobby's got his headset off. He's listening in to the coaches in the huddle, talking to the offenses. They continue, and now finally to his feet. Nope, that is not Clayton 71. That is 54. Luke Roberts, who had a sack a few minutes ago. So that is a little bit of a loss for Mount Juliet, with Roberts having to go out.
Yeah.
It is cramped, so it's not serious.
Mount Juliet's had several cramps here the past 3 or 4 minutes. I'm going to tell you, it's going to come down to conditioning, penalties, that type of thing, and then I think it gives the edge to Gallatin because those boys are in shape.
Trips left, Twins right, empty backfield. Now Briggs in motion, fake it on the jet. Briscoe on the keep. Isaiah trying to find the edge. Mount Juliet able to string it out. They play good defense now, folks. I'm telling you. They're solid, yeah. Their offense has struggled tonight to find anything against a very good Gallatin defense. But for the most part, other than the one drive that Gallatin scored on when they changed to the power formation in Mount Juliet, unable to adjust quickly,
Mount Juliet
have been solid.
Great job of defending the edge tonight.
Here comes your 3rd down and 6. Trips to the left, single receiver right, pistol set, draw play. Briggs breaks a tackle, makes another man miss. Running hard is Spencer. Did he get there? Yes, sir, he did. The 32 and F&M Bank. Gallatin first down. Great play and another injured Mount Juliet player.
Great effort offensively by Gallatin. Spencer Briggs doing everything he can to keep these chains moving late here.
Is that number 8? Am I correct in that?
Number 8, Ashton Hurley.
Yep. That is the 4th Mount Juliet player that's exited with cramps.
Linebacker, too.
9 minutes left. Run, clock, run. You know, if we don't score another point and Gallatin could drive this football and take the rest of this time off the clock, never let Mount Juliet touch it again, I'd be happy going home 7-0.
Take it any way you can get it.
Empty backfield. Briggs splits into the slot left, now comes in motion, now takes the handoff on the jet sweep. Spencer turns up, carries the football to the 34. It is a 2-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, jet sweep. Not a lot there. Briggs had to go inside again. Mount Juliet's defending the edge well.
Mount Juliet shuffling players in and out because they have got some kids that are playing hard, but they have got some tired young'uns on that football field right now. I mean, that may have been the first time I've ever used the word young'uns. That's an old Skip Sparkman word. Twins to the right and to the left. Shotgun. Briggs to the right of Briscoe. Isaiah just going to keep it and go straight ahead.
Bounced out.
Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet. Did he get there?
He sure did.
I think he got a first down.
Woo.
Isaiah Briscoe, what a run. And another Mount Juliet player limping on the field.
Yep. This is good news here, Gallatin. Looks like they're imposing their will on this drive.
This is one of those beat 'em up and wear 'em out kind of drives for Briscoe and company here. Clock running at 7:32. 7-0 your score. Gallatin the lead. A 51-yard Spencer Briggs touchdown run all the way back in quarter number 2. The only points of the night. And here come the wave with Mason in the backfield next to Briscoe. Trips left. Single receiver right. Give James Mason. Not much for James Mason. He is taken down. But what that does is continues to keep that clock
That's certainly right.
ticking.
You noticed on the huddle before that play, Gallatin offense did not get in any hurry to break that huddle.
No, they're going to take this play clock down and drain every second they can off this clock here this fourth quarter.
35 seconds at a time.
Another first down would be huge. Here comes a 2nd and 10.
Mason
Briggs
out,
in, yes. Mason out. Send Tripp to the left. Single receiver Springer to the right. And penalty markers stopped the play as the football is snapped, and Gallatin moved early.
I think that was on Briggs.
Yep. Half a count early for Spencer that time. So it's 2nd down and 15, and that stops the clock momentarily. Now it begins to run again. You know, the way Mount Juliet's playing defensively over here, you've got the quick screen to a wide receiver. They're giving ground on the 3-man side. Look at this.
Yeah, they've got a lot of room right here.
I'm not sure. Here's the snap. Give Briggs, Spencer into the middle. Not much there. 3rd down and 14. And we go under 6 minutes left to play here. Gleaves with the stop for Mount Juliet.
Interesting call coming up here. Do they decide to try to throw it downfield? If so, the offensive line has got to hold the line on this play right here. However, I think they're probably going to try to run it.
I would, yeah, an incomplete pass stops the clock.
Yeah, stops the clock. Plus,
although, look at this. You've got 3. Briscoe will keep this thing, coming to the right, looking, turns
Briggs.
up, carries the football, picks up the lost yardage. Did he stay in bounds?
Uh-oh.
No.
And there's a penalty, lots of penalty markers down on the far side.
Good news is that that's right in front of our coaching
Well, is this
staff.
good news or bad news? Who's this going to go against?
Well, it didn't continue. That was
if it goes against Mount Juliet, it's huge.
Well, the Gallatin players were jumping up and down. Let's hope they know what they're talking about.
Mount Juliet's been a little testy here of late. Here comes the official. This is a big call. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, Mount Juliet.
Huge.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike. They'll bail themselves out by offsetting it. Yeah. That's how you bail yourself out.
I just didn't want it to see it continue on, the extracurricular activities here.
Well, but the thing about that is when you're an official and you do that and you call offsetting, if you can call a penalty, you should call a penalty because that's what stops it. When you do this offsetting,
it doesn't accomplish
nobody
anything.
is punished for anything. You get a penalty that doesn't amount to anything at the end of the night.
All right, Trace Kelly, let's see what you can do. You've been pretty good all night.
From his 35 to punt it away. I think that's Devin Palmer. It's hard to tell. These Mount Juliet jerseys are hard to pick up the number. Pressure coming. Kelly hits it. Oh, and he turned that one over. High kick. Fumbled by Palmer. Breaks a tackle. Puts on a move and is finally taken down out at the 26-yard line. That got interesting for a quick second when he fumbled it to begin with, and then when he started to run upfield, and it looked like he had a little bit of a crease for just a half a second there.
Mount Juliet has 3 timeouts.
The football at the 26-yard line. 5 minutes, 6 seconds left. 7-0 Gallatin the lead. That's the good news. If you're a Gallatin fan at this point, you're playing with the lead. Bad news is Mount Juliet's got the football. Good news is the Gallatin defense has been lights out tonight.
Don't give anything up big.
Hand off, bang it! Branham takes him down back at the 20. A.J. came off the edge, ran right into the handoff, and drops it for a 6-yard loss. They're going to put this back at the 23. Instead of a 6-yard loss, they're marking it a 3-yard loss.
Amazing. Did they blow the whistle as soon as you got hit?
I have no idea. I'm at a loss for words. But the clock ticking. 4:35 left to play. 7-0 Gallatin. Mount Juliet looking at a 2nd and 13 at their 23-yard line.
Put it in the air.
All eyes on Bowen.
Snap back, dropping is Messenger. Firing upfield, pass complete to Bowen. Short of the first down at the 35. That's Dale, is that his first catch of the night? Second.
Big play coming up for the defense for Gallatin here on third and.
Clock will go under 4 minutes as the ball is snapped. Give Baggett, breaks a tackle. He didn't get there. He did not get to the first down marker. The Waves stop him a half-yard short. Mason and Kemp and others.
What does Mount Juliet do?
I think you got to go.
I think you do too.
They just signaled first down. This thing is a yard short. You are absolutely kidding me.
There's no possible way.
That is, oh my, no.
Terrible call.
We're right here on it, looking at the line, and that was a half-yard shy, and they give him the first down.
It wasn't even debatable.
Dropping, pressured, fire to the flat, incomplete. That'll stop the clock, intended for Baggett.
Yeah, Tristan Camp, big pressure on the quarterback for Gallatin. But that last call, man,
Wow.
Well, this coaching staff over here went berserk.
Oh, I bet they did. They should have. They
Well,
have
hey,
every
this
right
booth
to.
up here went berserk. I thought I'm going to have to get Evan a seatbelt.
He about fell out in the crowd over here.
It was a clear shot from up here.
Oh,
How the
man.
officials down there could think that was a first down and not even bother to measure is just beyond me.
Yep.
Shotgun again for Messenger. Baggett goes in motion, dropping, looking, firing upfield, incomplete, threw it behind the intended receiver.
All right, third
Stop
and
the
10.
clock at 3:27 left to play.
Some personnel changes here for Mount Juliet as Bryce Messenger. Oh, he's just huddling up with the coach here. Okay.
Yeah, he comes to the sideline and talks to the coaches on every play.
Well, they've had so many quarterbacks that ran tonight. We're
Yeah,
sure
I know.
what they're going to do here. They're in a pickle at third and 10.
Third and 10, 3:27 remaining. Football at their own 37-yard line.
Press coverage on the corners.
Dropping is Messenger. Gets away from Kemp. Running to the side. Spins. Boom! Oh my! James Mason just met Mr. Messenger, and you can tell Messenger is stunned.
Messenger got the message on that one.
He is shaking his head because he gained 7, and Mason knocked him back 4.
And it's 4th and 4.
And this is your ball game right here.
Green Wave crowd standing up, going berserk.
If Gallatin stops them here, it's your ball game. The football at the Mount Juliet 44. They must get to the 47. A full 3 yards. Shotgun, twins to each side. Motion man coming out of the backfield, dropping his Messenger, pumps, steps up,
got him.
Take it down! Zion Robb pinned him at the 40, and it goes over on downs. The Gallatin defense has been amazing tonight.
We're going to get Gallatin for celebration.
Good night.
Keep in mind, Mount Juliet does have 3 timeouts, so Gallatin's still
If
going to
they
have
call,
to move the ball.
I'm sorry, that might have been a little bit of a celebration, but this has just been.
Who wouldn't celebrate? It
There
wasn't
has been
excessive.
there has been some ridiculous sideline warning on Gallatin.
Okay, we'll take that.
So not a celebration.
I
Okay,
was like,
I can
you
live
can't
with that.
cheer in football?
Here's Gallatin, 2 minutes and 26 seconds away from going to 4-0 with the football at the Mount Juliet 40 and some of the Mount Juliet crowd heading for the exits.
And I am sure you'll see some tight offensive formations here. And I'd say number 8 and number 6 will both be on the field at this particular time of the game.
I would think so, and here they come along
And
with
number
numbers 9. Yeah.
All right, boys. And then number 99 for
Sunday
Gallatin.
Malik.
Going big.
I set, give Briggs, and he stumbles and falls forward down to about the 37 in Mount Juliet.
Timeout
We'll take a
immediately.
timeout.
I saw that flag go up, and I immediately thought of that old song by the Eagles. It could be heaven, or it could be.
Yes, exactly.
Hockey sticks.
Let's keep it right here on this timeout with 2:28. Bobby, you'll remember this, and Dale also. I just got a text from Chris Rogers. Says, you got a bunch of 89 state champions listening on the game. Let's roll Green Wave. You remember,
Just
Chris?
Keep rolling along with that clock. We got to have it to roll also.
Absolutely. That's what I want to roll right now.
Well, there's 3 deuces on the scoreboard right now. Mount Juliet's now down to 2 timeouts. We need 1 good first down, and that should do it.
I would think so. Yes, sir.
8 yards away. From
It hadn't been pretty, but guess what?
Who cares?
Exactly. It'll look like a gem in the box score tomorrow as long as it's a W. I set power backfield. Briscoe under center, unbalanced to the right.
Might be a little slip to the fullback on this drive, too, at some point.
Give to Briggs. Spencer breaks a tackle. Spencer across the 35 to the 34. Timeout, Mount Juliet. But that is a good gain that sets up Gallatin right here for a 3rd down and about 4, and this is 4-down territory. I would think.
Certainly.
I would think that
I
you're.
don't think you kick a field goal.
No, I
in
think
this
you,
situation.
especially if you're like 3rd and 1 or 3rd and a yard and a half, something like that.
Exactly right.
Let's take the break. 2:16 left, 7-0 Gallatin on WHIN. Just one commercial.
Science Centric, 7 Banks, Star Physical Therapy, the Gardens at Providence Place, Tribeca, Vanderbilt Norco, Victory Baptist Church, and Wicks. Thank you so much for the great days to all of our sponsors. Rise up, Vanderbilt fans, make some noise!
Give it Briggs, left side, across the 30 to the 29, and that's an F&M Bank. Gallatin 1st down.
Move the chains.
Absolutely. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. Mount Juliet with 1 timeout.
Hanging on to it.
Yeah, they're going to have to hang on to it for a second. And Gallatin will take time. Let that clock tick.
Yeah, get it down to about 1:20.
23 seconds on the play clock. Briscoe just standing there looking at the sideline and the huddle. Now into the huddle to call the play at 16. I think we're going to see a run here, boys. Still in that power I set. Briggs the tailback. Give Spencer. Spencer ran over a couple of people down to the 21, and now Mount Juliet will take that final timeout here. Did they call it? No, they didn't.
Yeah, Mount Juliet's gassed.
He got 8 yards on that carry.
Those hard runs in the summer are about to pay off right here.
They have just out-physicaled Mount Juliet tonight.
Absolutely, and that's what we've seen since Coach Watson stepped foot in Gallatin, is physicality, be in shape, minimize penalties.
58 seconds left. 1 timeout for Mount Juliet, 2nd down and 2. Mount Juliet with 11 guys up in the box trying to stop this. Give Briggs. Spencer breaks a tackle. Spencer spinning.
A little more time on the clock, it'd be 14-0.
Mount Juliet still has the timeout in their pocket.
26 on the clock, or on the 24 on the play clock, 29 on the game clock.
So you must snap it one more time. But if Briggs is out, nope, this is the victory formation.
Yeah, this is ball game. As long as
victory formation at 17 seconds. Briscoe to the knee, and we are counting it down at 13. And when this clock hits 0, that far sideline, which is already erupting, is really going to go nuts. 4, 3, 2, 1, ball game. Gallatin 7, Mount Juliet nothing. What a ball game! What a defensive effort the way. who are 4-0, folks. Let it sink in for a minute.
And we've got to find out who the player of the game is. And I've got my vote.
I think I've got a vote too. What a ball game. 7-0 your final. Gallatin with the victory here tonight. It was tough. It was physical. There will be some sore and tired young men tomorrow morning, but the Wave are going to ride back down 109, celebrating a 7-0 victory and a 4-0 start to the season. As the old saying goes, Bobby Ridings, who'd have thunk it? Listen to that crowd across the way. The celebration is on in Mount Juliet, and I got a feeling there's some celebrating going on across the river as well. 7-0 your final score. Let's take a break. We'll come back with the post-game show and the wrap-up. Dale will have stats. Bobby will talk to Coach Watson. We'll figure out and give you our player of the game and more. 7-0, the Wave. Hold on and win at Mount Juliet here tonight on the WHIN Radio Network. 2 minutes here.